You know, the issue with American women is just not, things that brothers talking about. Even Brad's talking about it as well. Case in point, you got this woman here that was clearly out, and she's not getting approached as well because, you have sisters say the same thing, these men not approaching. And also, Becky and them saying they not being approached. But I want you to hear this scenario. Let's give some education and history lessons, shall we?
Last night I went out with a couple friends and we were sitting outside watching a concert, and we were just talking about how men never approach women. And I get it, it's nerve-wracking, it's uncomfortable, it could be like severe rejection, all these things, but it's frustrating when it feels like women have to do all of the work. So there was a couple guys that were clearly looking at us, and we decided to do a little experiment. So one of my friends, she went to the bathroom, and on her way back, she decided to stand like 10 feet from them. She's not going to approach them, but she's going to stand 10 feet from them all alone. And you're talking outdoors, concert. And she is just, in fact, I forgot that she was doing this experiment, and the look on her face looked like she was lost. So I was like, hey, we're over here. But I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this experiment. So she definitely looked approachable, almost looked like she needed help. And then she was just casually enjoying the music, even looks back at them. All the while, my other friend and I are watching, and these guys are like gawking at her, just nonstop staring at her. And she stands there for at least 10 minutes doing this, dancing and within 10 feet. And not once did they approach her. Not once did they even attempt to. And she walks then by them and around to come back to us, and they are just gawking, staring at her as she walks back. So as we get up to leave for the night, we walk literally within 2 inches of them, right in front of them. And not one says a thing. Mind you, when she came back from the bathroom, she did get approached by 4 men that were like 65, because I feel like that the men of that age and genre, that they just know how to approach women. They just know, like, that's in their DNA. And somewhere along the lines, it's gotten lost. And we were sitting there observing, and there was only one girl that was really talking to a few men, and every single time she was approaching them. So what is it? Like, what do women need to do to be approachable?
Well, so it sounds like Brad and them is not approaching you. Okay, and Brad and them be write me here sometime and tell me the exact same issues that some brothers are talking about. Some of the sisters in the community, they having the same issue and problem. It's not really a color thing. It's an American culture thing, unfortunately. Well, this is what happened. Why these men aren't approaching you? Well, y'all created different things to say every man was a creep or a creeper, for one. You use terms like predator. You use terms like the patriarchy and how toxic it is. You had movements like Me Too that came out, right? Now, of course, I don't agree with any woman being, harassed in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about some true harassment. But y'all was calling compliments harassment. Y'all was calling men predators for approaching you and speaking to you, right? This is what y'all was doing. And y'all did that so much so, men was realizing during the Me Too era, right, Me Too movement, they were losing their livelihood. So men were saying, okay, we're not going to approach these women because I want to protect my livelihood. We're not giving them compliments. I don't care if she's standing there. I don't care if a man, because look, a man can look, as long as he don't talk to you or don't touch, he's fine. And that's what happened in this video. They looked at you. They thought you were attractive. Now, the same woman talked about a woman that was going up to men and approaching them. And then she was getting all kind of conversation with men. Well, American women have this thing about they don't approach men. They have a thing. That's an American woman thing. I kind of noticed. But case in point, if you go to maybe other countries in the world, a lot of men have traveled to Thailand, Philippines, places like that. Women don't mind pulling up on a dude real quick. But in America, they have this, the man should come talk to me. Well, the men that would have talked to you, you've kind of ruined it. And men don't want to be called, creeps or whatever. These same women have literally almost ruined the gym. Like sometimes, like a lot of men are saying, you know what, why don't they have a gym just for them? And that way they're not, because they're out there filming themselves or whatever. A man is waiting for, to get to a particular bench. He's trying to get to a weight, and they're assuming they're staring at them and start a ruckus, and that's not even what it is. And let's say this man, is in a relationship, he's married, whatever. This video goes viral. Now he got to go home and hear his wife or his girlfriend saying, you going to the gym gawking at women, and that's not even what it was. He was just trying to wait for the freaking 80-pound dumbbell, but she was filming, so he was trying not to walk across. Like things that men shouldn't even have to be dealing with. Men a lot of times go to the gym to not only get their workout on, it's stress reliever for a lot of men. It's place, sometimes you talk to other men at times or whatever. That happens sometimes. But now you have all these women that have invaded that space, right? So men can't really have no space, so they can just do what they do. So it's a lot that's going on with y'all today. A lot. So if they don't want to talk to you, well, you got to pull up and approach men now. It's bottom line. You got to approach them, because at least if you approach them, they can't be called creep, predator, toxic masculinity, or anything else. Y'all did that. So if you on your, high horse that you're not going to talk to a man, well, stay by yourself then. That's about where y'all have it at. The men have said enough is enough. They're not going to be losing their livelihood. And some of these guys are in their soft guy era. They said they value their manhood and all of that. And you going to put just as much work in a relationship as they will. Welcome to the new era, ladies.